Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching the first ever WCW Monday Nitro. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Burning Truth. And welcome to the very first episode of our brand new WCW Nitro Watch Along series. I am super excited about this. Here's the twist. I have never seen this episode of Monday Nitro. In fact, there are very, very few episodes of Monday Nitro that I have seen start to finish. So this is a first-time reaction for me. I have absolutely no idea what to expect. Obviously, you know, spoiler alert, it was 30 years ago, so I'm aware of things that happened, but I want to see them happen in real time for me. The big question is, does the first ever WCW Monday Nitro still hold up, or is it just a relic of the past? We're about to find out together. I'm really excited about this. And at the end of the show, I'll give my official Burning Truth rating. I promise I'll stop doing that at some point. And we rate on the Burning Truth out of 5 bangers. So let's make sure we are ready to go. I'm just going to swap my background. So just realized I'm still on the NXT. If you are a fan of the channel, you'll know that I do the NXT review every Wednesday morning. That'll be ready for tomorrow. And we're closing in on 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Help us reach the target that we're setting. It's a huge milestone. We want to get there by the end of the year. Every single subscription helps. So please subscribe to the channel. We love talking about wrestling on the Burning Truth, and we want to keep doing it. So please help us do that. Here's how it works. Watch along. What are we going to do? I'm going to get WCW Monday Nitro September 4th, 1995 loaded up. For me in the UK, that's on YouTube. For you, that could be on Peacock or wherever you get your wrestling. You get it loaded up wherever you watch. Cue it to the very start of the event. And when I count down 3, 2, 1, play, we'll press play at the same time. And from there, I'll guide you through every match with live reactions, insight, trivia, questions for the chat, and we'll have a wonderful time. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Get your video queued up. There is a clock just that side of me, and the clock will show where we are within the episode, so you can keep up to date with us while we watch through. Let's get the video queued up because it's time to start. We're going to hit 3, 2, 1, and play. I'm really excited about this, you know. Genuinely excited to watch the first WCW Monday Nitro. And I've absolutely no idea what actually happens on the show either, other than, you know, spoiler alert, I'm expecting Lex Luger at some point. Mall of America. We've got Eric Bischoff and Steve McMichael to start us off. Great start here. It's electric, man. It feels fresh. It feels new. It feels exciting, which is what we want. Get your thoughts in the chat if you're watching along with me. And here's Bobby Heenan. Absolutely. And I think, you know, what I'm expecting on this show is to see a little bit of the old and a little bit of what will become new. So I wonder, you know, whether we've got the Luchadors at this point in 1995 yet, whether they're part of the show yet, whether we've got a different presentation, whether we've still got some of that old cast of characters, the cartoon style characters that the WWF was so famous for at this time. Yeah, I'm genuinely excited to see what happens on this episode. I've just realized, I've just paused a second because I realized I was watching on 1.5, which is probably why it seems so exciting. I've slowed it down now, so I'm in line with the clock at 1 minute and 40 seconds. Bobby Heenan talking to Steve McMichael and Eric Bischoff. Hulk Hogan will be here in the main event. Oh, and I talk about the cruiserweights, and here he comes. First one out, Jushin Thunder Liger. Epic. Representing New Japan Pro Wrestling. I love that. Here he comes, Jushin Thunder Liger. And Jushin Thunder Liger is going to be wrestling. Oh, it's Pillman. Epic. Oh, the first episode of Monday Nitro was Pillman versus Jushin Thunder Liger. Epic. Two of the greatest juniors of all time. I've just had a text from Matt Burns, who is obviously on the channel with me. He says, great content. I wish I could join you, but I can't because of work. Listen, Matt Burns, we'll get you on in the future, mate. You'll be on this with me. We'll do some of these together. I'll save the pay-per-views for us both, eh? Wrist lock to start us off into a side headlock. Pillman giving him a couple of shots in the ribs. Sends off Liger, reverse whip into the corner, Pillman. And Liger with a rolling kick into that corner on Pillman. Epic. Here we go. And we're off. The action has started. And that's what Bischoff always says about Nitro. Start fast, start hard, start exciting, which is what we're getting. Just text Matt Burns back. You'll be on them in the future, brother. He's getting FOMO. That's what it is. Lad's getting FOMO. Most famous for New Japan Pro Wrestling, Jushin Thunder Liger. I think he did do a little bit in Canada at Stampede before this. And it was a superhero gimmick, really, Jushin Thunder Liger. I think debuted the year I was born, 1989. And, you know, he was the face of the New Japan Pro Wrestling sort of junior heavyweight division for, years and years and years and years. Another text from Matt Burns, my partner in crime. Having a quick peek while you're at work. Cool background we've got on. Thanks very much, Matt Burns. We have we've upgraded a little bit. Yeah, we're experimenting. And that's because WCW, where the big boys play. So that's why we're on. Pillman now slowing things down. Got Liger in a rest hold on the floor. I say on the floor, on the mat.
Oh, we're going to start this now. Name calling. Resort to that now. Okay. With an Irish whip, that was reversed by Liger.
Irish whip, drop toe hold from Liger. Oh, and here he goes. He's going to reverse surfboard. He's rolling him in. I love moves like this. Oh, he's got him. He's got Pillman in that reverse surfboard. Give up, Pillman's over. I'm really glad I decided to do this today. You know, it's only a 45-minute episode as well on the YouTube, which is exactly what we want. You know, a nice short episode of Nitro to start us off, short and sweet to show what we can do. Starting with these, I would call them cruiserweights. Some people would call them junior heavyweights, but starting with Pillman and Liger. I mean, what a match to start off with. Head scissors takedown from Pillman onto Liger. Off the ropes. Liger backdropping Pillman to the outside. And then another dive from Liger onto Pillman, putting him on the floor. Amazing, too, that they filmed this in a mall, right? Legit, they filmed this in the Mall of America. I mean, it's a way to get it packed. You don't have to sell tickets, so there is that. But it made it exciting as well. Nick Patrick refereeing the first ever match of Monday Nitro 2. Bischoff's doing a great hype job for WCW here, trying to make it sound exciting, but I mean, it's working. It's absolutely working. You know, lots of new talent coming to WCW, etc., etc. It's really giving it the hype job. And we see them all coming eventually. You know, the cruiserweights, the influx of. Benoit, Malenko, Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, Juventud, Super Crazy eventually. Six, you know, I can name Jericho. Oh, it's just tons and tons of quality cruiserweights. Another Liger covers Pillman for a kick out just before 3. Again, if you're watching along with us, we're at 7 minutes 58 seconds currently on the clock. 8 minutes 3, 8 minutes 4, and enjoying the first ever WCW Monday Nitro. Big drop kick from Pillman as Liger comes off the top rope, puts him down, goes for the cover. 1, 2, and a big kick out from Liger. I think Liger's got to win this match, right? I can't see Pillman winning it. I would have bought that as the finish, though. Liger, powerbomb. 2 counts and a kick out from Pillman. I mean, first match in, so far so good. Really enjoying it. WCW, I don't think. Well, I think it wasn't it was more accessible in the UK at the time. Certainly when I was growing up, than probably WWE was. I think WCW tended to be on the Channel 5, which was terrestrial TV, whereas WWE you had to have Sky for. But I still remember Sky being the more WWF being the more popular promotion. Maybe because when I was growing up, we were right in the center of Rock, Austin, McMahon, Mankind. You know, it was 1999. And it's funny, if you're my age, you've probably got a friend or friends that were just huge fans of Kane. Kane was like, big swinging DDT from Pillman. He says that's it. Covers Liger. 1, 2. A big kick out from Liger again. Like I say, Liger's got to win this match, right? I mean, maybe not, but I just feel like we should be starting the show off, making everyone happy, introducing the characters. Pillman rolls up Liger for the 1, 2, 3. Did not see that coming. Massive win for Brian Pillman. Flying Brian. Oh, goes for a handshake on Liger. Raises his hand. Nice to see that start of the show. I suppose it shows that the WCW is all about competition and having the best wrestlers in the world, which was sort of what they were trying to get over at this point, wasn't it? A couple of replays being shown here. Pillman coming off the top to the outside on Liger. Liger coming off the top to Pillman hitting a defensive drop kick in the center of the ring. And as Liger was going for the German suplex, Pillman reverses it, rolls through, and gets the 1, 2, 3 rather unconvincingly. And certainly out of the blue for me. But first match ever Monday Nitro, Pillman beats Liger. Wowza. Wowza, wowza, wowza. Oh. And now we've got a promo from Surfer Sting with some purple and pink face paint. Proper. That's a proper early 90s, 80s promo. Like, yeah. And we're back at the Mall of America arena, if you like. And the hyping Hulk Hogan, the WCW champion, will be in action. Oh, and here's the Hulkster now. Kids are at a fast food restaurant with the Hulkster. Pastamania.
Debut edition of Monday Nitro. You've got Big Bubba, the main event. Who's the greatest wrestler in the world? You know something that would piss off tonight on Monday Nitro.
Love this Hogan promo. And I know that Hogan's had his time and people hate him now and whatever, but you cannot argue with the talent of Hogan. I know it got old fast and people are sick of it, and it's an older style promo. But you can see why Hogan was so popular in the late 80s. Well, through the 80s and into the early 90s. All my pasta maniacs are helping me. And there's Jimmy Hart in the background holding the WCW title. That big gold belt. The iconic big gold belt. Do you know what? I wish I had a replica of the big gold belt, actually. That might be one of my next big purchases. I've currently got the WWF Big Eagle, which is my personal favorite championship of all time. And I've got the current WWE Universal Undisputed Championship, the Cody Rhodes Championship. I've got that currently as well, but a big gold would be phenomenal, wouldn't it? Right, we finished with that Hogan promo now, and we're back to the arena once more. Again, if you're watching along with us at home, we're currently watching the first ever WCW Monday Nitro at 13 minutes and 34, 35, 36 seconds. If you're watching along, if you want to catch up and second screeners. And our second match, Mall of America. Here comes the Nature Boy. Woo! Woo! Here comes Nate. I absolutely love Ric Flair. Woo! Peak Flair. I mean, maybe not peak Flair, but certainly any Flair is peak Flair. Ric Flair, man. And here comes the Stinger. And I think at this point, is he the United States champion? I love that jacket, man. If you're watching along, Sting's jacket. Woo! That's Stinger. And it feels like a moment. I love that. Crowd's up for it as well. I really like the visual. You can see like members of the audience going up and down the escalators while the match is going on. Whoa, and here he comes. I didn't realize it happened in this match, but here comes Lex Luger. Contracted to WWF at the time, or so we thought. And here he is on the debut episode of WCW Monday Nitro. I asked the question before the start of this watch along, but who is the biggest WCW star of all time? For me, I always think of a Hogan as a WWF star as opposed to a WCW star. I think the biggest WCW star of all time, I think that has to be Ric Flair. You know, I know there's Sting, I know there's Goldberg and the Diamond Dallas Page and Booker T, but when I think of WCW and I think of the biggest star, I think of Ric Flair always. Woo! As he's about to lock up with the Stinger, Surfer Sting. Before the way before the trench coat and the crow persona. Woo! Sting. I did that rubbish then. I'll try again. Woo! I still can't do Sting. Side headlock by Flair. Wearing the yellow trunks, yellow boots, black knee pads, not on his knees. Sting in the pink tights, black boots, pink face paint. Oh, and he picks him up for a press slam on. Oh, Flair. I don't think you ever thought Flair picked Sting up in a press slam. Sting picked Flair up in that press slam, put him down off the ropes, sends Flair off. And another one, another press slam. Oh, another big bump for Ric Flair. Yeah, so that was this question I asked before. Who was the biggest star of all time? And I suppose I've got a few questions like that. And I'm sure you guys probably know more about WCW Nitro than me. But I'm going to ask the question anyway. What is the best Nitro main event of all time? So, who was the biggest WCW star of all time, in your opinion? Get it in the comments. And what was the best WCW Nitro main event of all time? Really interested in that. Flair taking a bit of time out of the ring, composing himself. Sting's waiting in the ring. The United States champion, the Stinger. And it's amazing to think that the last episode of Nitro finishes with these two as well. Sting versus Flair. Thumb to the eye from Flair on the Stinger. He cut him off. Oh, and a big chop. 2 chops. Woo! And this must have been before the days that every time somebody hit a chop, the audience had to woo. Oh, now they're going toe-to-toe, face-to-face. Sting's no-selling these shots. Flexes his muscles. Sends Flair off for another press slam. Boom. And a Mick Foley-esque crossbody from Flair to Sting, taking them both over the top rope and to the outside. And again, we've got the action spilling out to ringside. 2 matches in a row. Sting still no selling those chops from Flair. But he's got all the tricks. Little thumb to the eye again to the Stinger. And now another press slam, this time outside the ring. Where's he going to put him? And he press slams him back into the ring. Through the ropes. And Flair's had enough. He's on his knees. No. Absolutely love this. If you're watching along, we're currently at 19 minutes, 22, 23, 24 seconds. I'm watching on YouTube on the new WCW channel. But wherever you get your wrestling, just watch along with us. I say us, it's just me today. This is who I see as the biggest star ever in WCW, Ric Flair. I always think about Hogan as a WWE guy, WWF guy, and Sting, Goldberg. They just don't compare to Flair for me. They don't compare to Flair. Woo! The aesthetic of the Mall of America is brilliant, you know. It just looks rammed, absolutely rammed. Black ropes, blue and yellow turnbuckle pads, blue ring mat.
You've got to admit, Ric Flair is a vicious, cruel, and macho man.
And when you think about Nitro, you just think about what it became with the big set and the black and the red and the flames, and it just wasn't like that on the first episode. Obviously, that evolves as time goes on. Oh, and here comes Arn Anderson. Second person to come out in this, because we had Lex come out first, and now we've had Arn Anderson as well. Arn Anderson looked 40 his entire life, didn't he? And here goes Flair. Big suplex. Holding him upside down, Sting. And down comes the Stinger. And Sting straight back up. No selling it again. And big clothesline to Flair. Oh, here we go. Bump and feed, Flair. Come on, up you get. 2 clotheslines up to the corner. Sting whips him corner to corner. Flair up and over and to the outside. And a clothesline down to the apron. So what's the ref doing on the second rope? Sting with a 10 count. 10 punches on Flair in the corner. You know what? I'm really pleasantly surprised at this. I genuinely thought when I put it on that this will not hold up. It'll be crap. It'll be a really difficult watch. But I'm properly enjoying this so far. We've had Pillman and Liger with a really unexpected finish. And then we've got 2 of the best of all time. We've got Sting and Flair in the second match of the night. And they're putting on a great TV match. Now Flair sat on the top rope with the Sting climbing to the second. Flair pushes him down. And whatever they were setting up for, they haven't gone through with it. Quick switch. And now Flair's got Sting back down. And now they're doing a bit of chain wrestling on the floor. There we are. Back bridge from Sting. Through to the backslide pin. Flair kicks out at 2. If you're watching along with us, I'll say it again. 22 minutes, 49, 50, 51 seconds. Get it on YouTube. If you're watching back, make sure in the comments below you're giving me your biggest WCW star of all time and the biggest Nitro main event of all time, in your opinion. Big superplex from Sting onto Flair. This match has been really good, you know. Sting's now distracted by Arn Anderson on the outside of the ring. Flair takes out the back of Sting's knee. Got to pay attention, Sting.
Now you've got to wonder, after looking at that,
okay, here's a better question then. So we've got the biggest star of WCW of all time, the best Nitro main event. What about, was WCW already better than WWF in 1995? Oh, and I missed that there. We've now got Arn, and the match has been stopped. Arn's trying to stop Flair. Oh, and Flair threw some shots at Arn. And now Arn and Flair, I thought they were best friends forever. I thought they were BFFs. And now we've got Arn and Flair fighting. Nature Boy's gone. He's run away. Arn Anderson chased him off, and now Arn's coming back to the ring. Getting his jacket from the ring from the Stinger. Oh, and now he's walking off. Left Sting in the ring. Oh, hold on. Who's this now? I don't recognise who this is. You know, we've got somebody arguing with the commentary team. I'm trying to listen and understand what's going on. But, oh, the Macho Man's here to make the save. Oh, yeah, dig it. The Macho Man. Oh, yeah. I went full on Macho then. Sorry. I apologise. Dig it. I always think of Macho as a WWF guy as well. And it looks like we've got an impromptu match coming. I wish I knew who this was. Who is this? Sabu coming to WCW as well. Who's this though with the Macho Man? First ever Nitro. We've got a hype video for Sabu on the screen now. I need to know who it was. I didn't even know Sabu was in WCW. Oh, it's Scott Norton gets in the face, and then Savage comes out. Savage wanted to wrestle him, but it looks like we're going to have to wait till next week. And now we got Mean Gene in the ring. Mean Gene! Woo! Mike Hill from Alabama won a motorbike. There you go. And now he lives forever on the first ever Monday Nitro. That's awesome. Oh, they'll give us the name now, Scott Norton.
But right now, let's talk about this Saturday night on WCW Saturday night, 6:05 Eastern. Some great action is going to be coming your way. In fact, we've got a double main event, if you will.
Now they're hyping this week's WCW Saturday night. I don't think I'll be doing the watch-alongs for those guys. I'm sorry. Although Sting and the Macho Man versus the Blue Bloods in tag team action sounds good. And Full Brawl War Games is coming soon.
And I'll tell you what, Stephen Michael, what a way to make your debut here, man. That was wonderful. I thought I was going to get me a little accident. And by the way, where did you go? Well, I'm not one to get involved. I tried to
Bobby Heenan, I'm not one to get involved. I don't want to fight.
New athlete making his way to WCW with the clean out of shorts.
Yeah, I was thinking Sabu as an ECW guy. Oh, it's IRS. Oh, what was he called in WCW? Help me out.
Mr. Wall Street's estimation.
Michael Wall Street. He's just said it.
Nothing more than the few generation. And that is why I'm here in WCW. Because it is about power. It is about money. And right here, where the greatest wrestlers in the world are Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, Sting, Vader. Now you've added to the list Mr. Wall Street. Oh, and I'm sure that the IRS is going to be watching me real close. But that's fine. Because as you go down the road in the WCW, people are going to know for sure that Michael Wall Street is a real player.
Michael Wall Street's a real player. And he is the main event for Monday Nitro. First ever. Big Bubba Rogers. Oh, it's the Big Boss Man. Yes. Big Bubba Rogers, the Big Boss Man. He wasn't the Big Boss Man in WCW, was he? That's going to be really difficult for me not to do, not to refer to them by their WWE names. But Big Bubba Rogers, I can get behind that. Here he comes. You get him versus Hulk Hogan in the main event. Yes. I suppose that's interesting, isn't it? On reflection, when you think about this is the first ever Monday Nitro, the way we hyped maybe, for example, the first Raw on Netflix, we hyped some real key marquee matches. And here it wasn't so much about key marquee matches as much as it was let's book the big guns, Sting, Flair, Hogan. Because if you'd really want to pop a rating, you could have done Hogan versus Flair and built it up, where you could have done, Hogan versus Savage or whatever. Hogan, man, ripping the shirt to the Hulkster, the WCW champion. American made. Yeah, and they're just talking about Lex Luger again, who showed up unexpectedly. And that was a big story when you look back, like, oh, Lex Luger, we thought he was with WWF, but he was actually with WCW, and he appeared on the first Nitro, and he was a surprise. I suppose I didn't get the shock factor because it was 30 years ago and I knew it happened, but still cool. And another one of the things that was that I wanted to talk about is the commentary team and does it help or hurt the show? So it's a three-man booth. It's Steve McMichael, Eric Bischoff, and Bobby Heenan. Bobby Heenan is one of the best ever. Bischoff, whose commentary I don't really mind. Like, he's not a Tony Schiavone or a Jim Ross or even an Eric Bischoff, but he's very good. Steve McMichael I could take or leave, but I'm not a big fan of a three-man booth. Oh, Hogan giving the pose after shoving Big Bubba. He moved for a big guy, though. Big Bubba Rogers. Another side headlock, this time from Big Bubba. Onto Hogan. One in every match so far this episode. Still got more watching as they go up the escalators. That is in the background. Fantastic. I don't think there's much of a muchness in terms of production between the two, this and WWF in 95. I mean, maybe it all just looks a bit old for me. Certainly, even in 95, there was a few more quick cuts than maybe what we're getting from WCW. There's a lot more steady side cam. The matches so far, 2 out of 3 bangers. Let's see how this one goes. Or 2 out of 3 are good matches, rather. I'll rate the entire chart of 5 bangers at the end. And I can see why they did this as the main event, because it's Hogan versus a big guy for him to slay. It's classic Hogan. Big right hands to Hogan from Bubba Rogers. Whips him in, and a big jumping splash to Hogan. If you're watching along with me, maybe get in the comments below. What would you rate this episode? If you had to give it a rating out of 5, I say 5 bangers. What would you give it? Give that in the comments below. So things I want to hear off you actually in the comments. Who, for you, is the biggest WCW star of all time? What's the best Nitro main event of all time? And, because it might be this one, it might be Hogan Big Bubba. And was WCW already better than WWF in 1995? And then the last question I want you to answer is that one that I've just put to you, which is, does this episode hold up? What would you give it out of 5 bangers? What is your rating? If you're still watching along with us, we're currently at 34 minutes, 32, 33, 34 seconds. The countdown timer is this way, or the clock rather, just so you can check that you're watching in real time with us here at the Burning Truth. Very comic book though, this match. Hogan's match as a babyface, always very comic book.
What's that all about?
And now Hulk and Big Bubba outside the ring again. Bubba going after Jimmy Hart, the mouth of the South, and Hogan cutting him off, chucking him back in. A lot of the matches are very samey. I know they've got very different wrestlers. We had, junior heavyweights or cruiserweights to begin with. Then we had Sting versus Flair, and now we've got a big man match for the main event. We've got the giant, Big Bubba versus the Hulk Hogan, the classic babyface. But there's still been, bit of chain wrestling, side headlock. We go to the outside. We come back in and have a little brawl. Oh, and Hogan body slam on Big Bubba. Oof. And a big elbow drop from Hogan. Another big elbow drop from Hogan. Third big elbow drop from Hogan. Oh, no. Oh, kicks him in the face. Little stomp. Hogan always wrestled as a heel, didn't he? It's madness, that is.
Take over now. Take over. Take over the ball.
Bobby Heenan, man. Absolute legend. Big Bubba into the corner. Hogan dodges out the way, and Bubba hits that corner hard. Hogan now throwing another right. Oof. Big kick out. Now Hogan's hulking up. He's ready now. Here he comes. Big boots. Down goes Big Bubba. And it's time for that big Hogan leg. Boom. Big Bubba takes the big Hogan leg. 1, 2, 3. First Nitro. Hogan win. Exactly what I expected from it. And this is Nitro. Explosive, dangerous, everything you need. And you know what? Oh, I was going to say I've really enjoyed that, but here comes Kamala. Here comes... Who on earth is that? That's the Dungeon of Doom. Oh, Lex Luger's in there helping him. Is that Earthquake? Kamala. Who else did I see? Oh, and Luger and Hogan face to face. Oh, and now they're arguing in the ring. They're nose to nose now. Oh, and Sting and Savage coming out to calm them both down. Dungeons of Doom, man. I forgot all about them. Who else was in the Dungeon of Doom? Who was the leader? Randy Savage trying his best to, and Sting, to be fair, trying to best to calm down the situation. But it looks like Hogan's not happy with Luger at all, and Luger just came out to help. Hogan's a dick, man. Kevin Sullivan. That's who was the leader of the Dungeons of Doom. It's just come to me. So the main event ends, and we've still got 5 minutes of this episode. Surely that should have been the big finish. In these days, that would have been the cliffhanger. Full Brawl War Games is coming. September 17th. So we've got what, another episode of this before we've got another Nitro before that. So we'll definitely watch along the pay-per-view as well. Why not? Let's do it. Oh, we still got the baby faces in the ring. Mean Gene's in there now to sort it out. Hogan says Luger's got no business there.
Right up front. I'm here for one reason and one reason only. People say that you're the #1 wrestler in the world
Luger.
today. You wear that WCW belt around your waist. And you know what? That makes you the only world heavyweight champion. And I'm here to
Luger wants Hogan's championship. Ooh.
Before you hold on just 1 second and let me finish. Then you'll have your piece. Just let me finish. I've been down the same roads as you. I've been where you've been. I've beaten the same people you've beaten. I'm sick and tired of playing around.
This isn't a bad promo from Lex Luger, you know.
And that needs you. And I don't care whether it's next month, next year, or 5 years. All I'm gonna do, stop. You see this, brother?
Luger's going to get his shot, he says.
WCW heavyweight title, brother. I'm the champion, and that's the way it's going to stay forever and a day. I know where you've been, brother. You've been playing games. I'm going to have to give you a new, brother. I know when you started, brother, but when you come in the WCW, when you get in Hulk Hogan's face, brother, there's thousands of Hulkamaniacs, brother, that will stand behind me.
It's not a bad promo, this, but I do feel like it should have happened the week after. Like, this should have been the opening segment, and next week's Nitro should have finished on the, I mean, it's opinion, but it probably should have finished on the cliffhanger. Hogan wants to defend the title against Luger next week. Next week, we've got a title match, Luger versus Hogan. Oh, and now they're pushing and shoving. Testosterone flying everywhere. Sting and Macho still in there trying to keep the peace. Classic babyface. Oh, and that's the end of the episode. So the end of the episode is arranging that match for next week. Oh no, we're back down to ringside with the commentators. Sabu's going to be here next week. Michael Wall Street's going to be here next week.
And you don't tune in next week, you got to screw loose. And I'll tell you one thing about the Dungeon of Doom, baby. You ain't their fan no more. After that, the unmitigated call of them jumping in there, brother. You get this stuff off. Was he
And that's the end of Nitro. So it ended with the commentary table and the commentators. Weird, man. That's weird. Weird production. Just weird because we're not used to it, though. But that's madness. So that is the end of WCW, the first ever episode of Monday Nitro on TNT. Absolutely loved that. Let me stop the clock. 45 minutes and 4 seconds in total. What an episode. What did you think? I'm pleasantly surprised, you know. I've still got to give this a banger rating, haven't I? So many thoughts. So production, better than what I expected it to be. The matches, 3 matches over the 45 minutes. Pleasantly surprised with the quality of the matches, the matches they chose. I was surprised by the outcome of the opener. I was surprised when Luger came back out to save Hogan. I thought it was just that once in the island, then that was the sort of the end of that. The main event, Big Bubba versus Hogan, better than I expected it to be. Classic Hogan, but still better than I expected it to be, with a big win for Hogan. Then the Dungeon of Doom coming out to set up the save from Luger, and then Hogan not liking that Luger saved him, and therefore we've got a title match next week between Lex Luger and Hulk Hogan for the WCW Championship. Next week we've got Sabu in action, that I never even knew was in WCW. And Michael Wall Street's going to be on too. So the former IRS now in WCW. So what an episode. Sting versus Flair was epic, brilliant match. You know, great TV match. And they did exactly what they needed to do, considering the position on the card and that it was the first episode of Nitro. I thought Jushin Thunder Liger was a really clever addition, and the match with Brian Pillman was really good. I also really, on reflection now, I was surprised at the time, but I think that's a brilliant decision to put Brian Pillman over Jushin Thunder Liger, just because it was a shock for me. I didn't expect it. So yeah, really enjoyed that too. Let me think about the rating for the show. So match quality, the 3 matches, they weren't really filler. They were filler's not the right word. They were like an appetizer for this is what this show could be. They were like dipping your toe in the water of WCW. They were all quite exciting. They were all sharp and crisp, and they were the right matches for the show. So in terms of match quality, yeah, tick. Storytelling. So I'm a first-time viewer. Would I watch the next episode of that following? Yes, absolutely. For a start, I want to see Lex Luger versus Hulk Hogan. I'm intrigued about Sabu. The package was really good for him. on Anderson and Ric Flair and their brawl. I'm interested in what happens next there. IRS coming next week. Yeah, I'm genuinely, I'm interested. What else have we got? We've also got Macho Man Randy Savage and Scotty Riggs. Yeah, Scotty Riggs. We've got Macho Man Randy Savage and Scotty Riggs kicking off as well. So that could be on the card for next week. Crowd energy in the Mall of America was really good. I keep saying it, but I really enjoyed them going up the escalators while the matches were on. I thought that was brilliant. What a great visual. And overall entertainment, I think, did it hold up in 2025? Yeah. For me today, it absolutely did. I really enjoyed that. So, yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of that episode of Monday Nitro. What would I give it out of 5 bangers? Well, there's got to be somewhere to go from that. So I'm going to say I would give that 3 out of 5 bangers. If you agree, give your rating at the bottom. Doesn't have to be in bangers. Your ratings can be however you want. You want to give it a percentage out of 100? You want to give it a rating out of 62? You know, you want to give it a rating out of bananas? You tell me how much of a banana that was, or how much of an apple, or how many race cars, or you rate however you like. For me, it's bangers. And for me, that is a 3 out of 5 bangers. So, yeah, that's what I would give it. If you agree, like I say, get it in the comments. I also want to hear below in the comments, who was the biggest WCW of all time, according to you? What is the best WCW main event of all time? And was WCW already better than WWF in 1995? I'm interested. I want to know what your thoughts are. Should we keep this series going? I think I'm going to. Really enjoyed that. I had lots of fun watching along to the first Nitro. Like I say, I haven't seen a lot of these start to finish, so I'm looking forward to doing more, and I think I will. And I think I'm going to just watch the next episode chronologically. So the next week's episode, I want to see what happens between Luger and Hogan. So please, no spoilers in the comments, because there'll be lots of this that I don't know what happens. If you had fun, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We're still trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. It says it right there below me. So help us do that. Help the channel out. Share this wherever you talk about your wrestling, and we'll love you forever. Never miss another watch along or episode of the podcast, of the reactions, the interviews, and all that other good stuff that we do. This is just the beginning. So help us do that. And we'll have real fun while we're doing it. Thank you for joining me on this Nitro watch along, where the big boys play on WCW. But more importantly, on the Burning Truth Live.